Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Culture Pavilion in Davos at the World Economic Forum. Really pleased to be joined by Rupert Stadler, Chairman of the Management Board for Audi. Thanks so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
I heard amazing things about this piloting cars, this autonomous drive in cars that Audi is working with. Tell me a little bit about your developments.
You know, we are absolutely convinced that our society will be always connected. And of course, when we look to the big metropolitan areas and cities, we know that the mobility will change a little bit. And therefore, we decided to investigate a little bit more how we could support that one with top technologies. And finally, we came up with the idea that piloted driving is probably the biggest trend in the automotive sector in the next upcoming 5 to 10 years. And so we did a lot of test drives internally. And in autumn last year, we tested the first RS7 on a Formula One racetrack. And this was by a speed of, I would say, 160 miles per hour.
Phenomenal.
Without a driver, only a journalist as co-pilot.
Right.
And it was amazing. And then, of course, when we started this year, going to Las Vegas, to the Consumer Electronics Show, because there is a lot of trend setting. We said, why shouldn't we go from San Francisco, Palo Alto, down to Las Vegas on the highways by piloted driving?
Incredible.
And this was, let's say, 550 miles to go. And we did it without accidents, without troubles.
Yeah.
And this gave us the feedback the technology is getting to prepared. And now we are working on that, and we try to get the lead.
So when do you think we'll see self-driving cars as the norm, as one passing you on the freeway, for example?
I would say that we will see at least a fast evolutionary process. It's not a revolution, but we start 2017 with the successor of the Audi A8, which is our top brand product. And we are convinced that these new technologies have to come top down. So we start with the A8, and step by step we will see. And the technology gets mature until 2017. But it's still, let's say, expensive.
Okay. So I drive around in London, and it's terrifying because everybody is on their phone at every stoplight. We're always connected now, but you want to be safe, and you want to know that your children are safe when you're driving around. So how do you, when you're designing the cars, keep people connected, give them the things that they want, the internet in their car that they've got at home, but still keep everyone safe?
This is the biggest question which we have to solve as automotive industry, this is for sure. But you will not see in the first moment, let's say, a pilot who is reading his newspaper and the autopilot is working. Finally, it's very clear. The final customer will have to have the control somehow, if the system gives him the feedback that he should take the control. But nevertheless, I think we create with that type of technology much more safetiness, and of course much more convenience and comfort. And this people will go for sure.
So we're heading towards Paris. I know that thinking about getting your company greener, both in manufacturing and in the actual cars, is of interest. Electric cars seem to be interesting, and I know in places like California are making huge strides, but still in Europe, not so quick to catch on. Why is that?
I would say that the automotive industry has to tackle with the biggest challenge ever when it comes to the compliance of CO2 emissions. And there are very tough targets set by the European Commission and agreed by all the countries that we have to comply with, let's say, 95 gram CO2 per kilometer. This is, in the normal language, which people understand, a fleet average of 4-liter consumption by 100 kilometers. And this is brutal. And of course, there will be the trend of electrification coming towards the customers. But the customer is missing at the moment the real experience. So step by step, we will see electric cars, pure electric cars. Audi decided to go first of all the plug-in hybrid strategy, because we think that the range of a pure electric car today is not sufficient, and people don't want to have always in her mind the next breakdown and where is the next fuel station.
Where's the next plug?
And where is the next plug? And so I think our strategy is absolutely right. We see that our competitors are following us, and we will come year on year with each of our model ranges with a plug-in hybrid. And of course, until 2020, we will see also for Audi a pure electric car, but it is a luxury car, and at least with a range of 450 to 500 kilometers. This is our target.
Finally, I just want to look at some of the crises that we've seen in a global context, currency crises in Russia, in Switzerland, we've had the falling oil prices. As a global manufacturing company, how do you maintain your agility to deal with those kind of things?
I think as managers, this is, I wouldn't say daily business, but we are always confronted with a lot of challenges and risks. But as manager, I would say, let's look for the opportunities. And when we see how China is developing, we see next growth patterns in China, even if there is a new normal awaiting for us, but 6%, 7% growth rate is still a big number. We see that the United States is in pretty good shape, so we will pick out our growth momentums in US, and for sure in Europe we will see more a sidewards trend, but as a premium manufacturer, we see also in Europe some growth for us. So we are fighting. Good products will attract customers, and I'm optimist.
Thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.